And then could you, just for everyone else who's watching, could you explain, because not everyone knows, could you explain how heavy your equipment is and like how the logistics are of traveling with that?
Yeah, I have daily shoulder workouts because of my back. So I'll just say that first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's very heavy. I've got tripods, cameras. I usually carry 2 bags. My backpack will have my cameras in it because I can't just throw them in with all my tripods and stuff because they will break and whatever.
Right.
Those will carry, but those will also carry things like my portable charger, which will last me for the day. Things like that, batteries, all this kind of stuff. And my MacBook, my MacBook as well will go in my bag because sometimes I need to edit while I'm there or edit on the train home.
Yeah,
so that'll be in my bag. That pulls on my back and pulls on my shoulders a lot. And then I've got a massive duffel bag that then has my tripods. I say tripods. I've got 2 tripods and a monopod, the one stick one, and then I've got my lights in there, microphones. It's two very, very heavy bags, and carrying them around London, you've got the main trains and you've got the underground, tight spaces. Yeah, but then like the traveling to Manchester, that's something that I'm now very, very used to. So it's good. It works out.
That's awesome. And we actually have our first comment here from Chloe. And Chloe asks, what are some best practices for planning for the unexpected? That's a wonderful question.
Yeah, some of the best practices for the unexpected leaves you unprepared. So I'd say be prepared for stuff that you can't prepare for, which all that means is doing the best you can do to prepare yourself for a situation. So if I have a shoot the night before, all my bags are packed. I'm not perfect, so some things will be a bit off, and maybe I've had to use my Mac the night before, so I will have forgotten to pack that the night before. There'll always be one thing I forgot to pack, but I will kind of put it in the following morning. But all the things I know I won't touch. My tripods, they stay in my bag. My lights, make sure my batteries are charged the night before. And then before I go to sleep, it's in the bag by in a certain part of my room. And then I've got my clothes ready, whatever I'm wearing. I usually wear tracksuits on. Do you guys have a word for tracksuits in America? Is there a different word?
Tracksuits, jumpsuits. Yeah.
Yeah. I usually wear tracksuits to my shoots because they're just comfortable, and I don't need to look professional like that to film stuff. I need to be as comfortable as possible. So I'll have my clothes ready. So as soon as I'm up and I brush my teeth and shower and do what I need to do, boom, into my clothes, and then my bags are just there ready. One thing I'm bad at is eating in the morning. Like even if the food was prepared for me, like even if I prepared something like a sandwich to eat in the morning, I probably would just forget and leave the house. Like I end up leaving not enough time for that. So that's my bad thing. But everything else I'm able to prepare for as much as possible. And so maybe you wake up and then you're that train that last night it told you was available at 8:30 is now cancelled. So things like that. You always wake up a couple of hours earlier and check that that train is still running, because anything can happen the following morning.
Exactly.
Things like that. Anything you can control it 100%. Because if you don't even control the things you can control, then you're kind of asking for trouble, really. Anything else is out of your control. I might wake up the next morning, be ready to leave the house. It's happened a lot of times. In fact, I've left the house and been on a train a couple of times, and they said, "Oh, sorry, I can't shoot today."
What?
Yeah.
Without any notice. Oh my gosh.
I've had that a lot of times. I've been on the train. It's always on the train. I'm on the train somewhere far, and they're like, "Oh, can we delay it by an hour?" And that's where your professionalism comes in. It's like, yes, of course. And then you've got to take all the burden on yourself. That is, the unexpected. You've got to take all that burden on yourself and be like, yeah, cool, go and sit in a coffee shop. Even though you waking up at 7 a.m. made you super tired. You're like, damn, I could have got that extra hour. But okay, cool, setback. Now, you go and sit at home. Sorry, you go and sit in a coffee shop and, whatever. That's the life of a freelancer. You can't really prepare for this kind of stuff. But what I'll say is be prepared for anything and everything to be thrown at you, because it will be.
Absolutely. And I love that message, as we get a shout out here for Mr. Flawless.
Flawless himself.
Yeah, yes. Right. Shout out to him.
Love Flawless, man. My guy.
And you brought up a great point about you just have to sometimes do something that makes you uncomfortable. So I know for me, also as a content creator, one of the things that I had to wrestle with was being a perfectionist. I had to completely throw that out. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm as a creative, I'm very passionate about my vision, but if it doesn't match the way I'm able to do it, then I feel like I don't want to do it. But I have to realize I'm not going to be an expert. It's not going to be perfect the first time. You have to build up to that. So you have to get those levels, as Saeed would say, right? So it's levels out here.
Yeah, it is levels. It's definitely levels out here, big time. Exactly. So yeah, no, it's a blessing to kind of be able to say that I'm self-employed and do all of this stuff, and to just keep working hard at it, because I've chosen this life. I can't turn around tomorrow after 5 years of dedicating all of this time and say, okay, now I'm going to work a 9 to 5.
Right.
I've put in too much. I sacrificed too much. I have spent too much to now turn around and be like, yeah, I'm going to give this up. It just can't happen.